Versailles, and he was talking to a lot of the demonstrators outside and talking to some lawmakers. The governor was there, some other lawmakers were there. And
there was a guy with duct tape on his mouth.
Exactly, and some fake blood on, I think it said freedom on the duct tape, and fake blood all over him. And he was handcuffed, he had some chains on him, and he was gagged. And he told Sean Hannity what all of those items represent.
This chain represents the dictatorship in Cuba. This blood represents the blood that is going to be on the hands of those who stand next to the dictatorship and not next to the Cuban people. Joe Biden, Cuban wants freedom. They need freedom. They don't want vaccines. They don't want food. They need freedom. That's what the Cuban people deserve, and that's what they want. And the United States has to stand next to the Cuban people, not to the dictatorship.
Enough is enough. The only vaccine the Cuban people is needing is freedom. Please help.
Please help. You saw Mayor Suarez there, his family from Cuba. They know exactly it. They can see it. This is the biggest opening for that closed society since the 1960s, and they can see this opportunity. I hope there's a strategy being hatched at the State Department to help out the Cuban people, because nobody likes the government. They just have the guns and the money.
Miami mayor, Cuban descent. You have
Marco
Rubio. His parents immigrated from Cuba. You had also the congresswoman was there. Her name is Salazar. And they sat down with Sean and talked about their experiences. And then you also had the governor. Listen to this.
Let's get real here. Let's understand who the people are that are on the right side of freedom. Let's stand with them. And let's tighten the screws on this regime. You know, I think one of the reasons this is happening now is because Trump turned the screws on the regime in Havana and in Venezuela. Biden wants to liberalize all that.
Cuba is a failure because socialism doesn't work. Marxism doesn't work. Marxism is about power and nothing to do with prosperity. It's about controlling people. A Marxist system wants to keep people poor because poor people are easier to control.
He is not paying attention to those people that are screaming on the streets of Havana, Libertad. You know, they're not saying down with the embargo, or we want more vaccines, or we want more food. No, they're saying we want freedom.
You get the Cuban people get 5 eggs per month, a few pounds of rice per month, 2 kilograms of meat every 10 days. If you want milk, you have to be under the age of 7, or you have to be pregnant. It's hard for them to get basic things that we use and take for granted. Soap, toothpaste, Tylenol, that kind of thing.
And that's exactly, Ainsley, why those protesters, and these are images from Washington, D.C., but those protesters in Cuba actually flying the American flag just about 10 days ago